let's look at timers. RS Logix has various timer types. There's a TON, which is an on timer. There's an off timer. There's a retentive on timer. Retention means that it remembers the elapsed time even if power turns off. So those are interesting. They're good if you want to track runtime on a machine or elapsed time, whatever. They have a timer for almost everything. And they also have counters, so we can count, and we'll look at that later. So right now we'll look at an on timer. So I'm going to create a new program. I want to close it, but there we go. Okay, 1200 Series C, and I've got a blank screen. So insert a couple lines, and we'll do something simple like a push button, a timer, and an output. So I'll have input 0. I'm gonna start calling that something like run, something different. Okay. Output. I'm gonna call this pl1, pilot lamp 1, pl1, and timers. So by default I have one timer set up, timer 0. Notice the 4 in front of it. This is a data file number 4. This is purely Allen Bradley. So T4 tells me that it's the timer, and the number is the timer number 0. Okay. Recently I've started to avoid using timer 0 only because when we draw up electromechanical timing diagrams or control diagrams, we don't use TR0. So 0, we hardly ever use that number in real life, so I'm just going to skip it. There's no problem because we can have hundreds of timers, so we'll just skip that one. So this one I'm going to call it TR1. Okay, TR1. And I'm ready to go. So let me go back to the bit functions. I'm going to pull down my run button, and I'll put a timer over here. The timers are big. They're big blocks here. So this is the timer number. So I'll open my timer tab, and I'm going to click here, drag that over there. Okay, TR1. I think I'd like a 2-second timer, so I'll type that in. So 2 times 1 is 2 seconds. So the preset defines how the resolution of the timer. So 1 second, that's fine. So this is a 2-second timer. So this is the run input. So here it is. And when the timer's finished, it's done. So when it's done, I can do something else. So in this case, when the timer's done, I would like to turn on the pilot light. So no problem. Timer. So I click here where it says DN for done. I'm going to drag that up here. Okay, my outputs. Here's PL1. Put that in there. I think I'll add something to this. So let's add another pilot light. So I'll have one lamp that's on when it's not finished, when it's not done. So that's no problem. Let me go here and I'll add pl2. Okay. And I'm going to have a normally close or an off contact here. And it's the same done bit, so I'll drag that over here. And the output's going to be this one. Okay. Something I might also do is let me right click on here, and I would like to add a description. Okay, I'm going to say that this lamp is on when the timer is done. So that's handy, right? I can actually see what it's supposed to do. So it's a good idea to document your work. Edit description here. This lamp is off until the timer is done. Okay. So now I kind of see what's going to happen here. So I like that. I'll verify it. Everything looks good. I'm going to send it to my local controller here. And I call this timer PL1, PL2, something like that. You should pick better file names because I have no idea what this is going to do based on the file name. So maybe like project 1, project 2, something like that. Okay, so here we go. Notice this is on already because the the timer's not running, so it's not finished. So here's the run switch. 1, 2, timer's done, pl1. This one now is no longer true, so that pilot's off. So let me turn off the run switch, and right away I get that. So what I'm doing here is I have an on timer, a 2-second time delay to turn on this output here. Okay, and there it goes. Real simple. So let me turn it off halfway. So let's see, I don't wait 2 seconds. See how it resets back to 0. So that's handy. An RTO would not do that. It would just remember and just keep going. So if I have a system that maybe I lose power, I want it to reset everything, I'm going to use a TON. Okay. Okay, so let's stop this.